What kind of person are you? You know, are you the kind of person who thinks that because someone is working at a company, employed there, that gives them more credibility than someone who's educated? Do you think that just because a person works at, say, an accounting firm as an employee, that makes them more knowledgeable and credible and authority on financial matters than someone who has a college degree, a master's degree, or a PhD? What kind of person are you? Are you the type of person who thinks that just because a person works, that makes them better than someone who supposedly is going to college to become educated and doesn't supposedly work as an employee at a job? What kind of person are you? I mean, what's the difference between you and everybody else? What's the difference between Warren Buffett and everybody else? You know, why was he allowed to get the amount of money he's got in our country? Him and Bill Gates and every other billionaire. Why were they even allowed to get a business license? What kind of people are they? What's the difference between them and everybody else? What kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person who judges somebody based on their ACT score, their SAT score, their GMAT score, or some hokey-doke college degree with a grade point? What kind of person are you? How much credibility do you give people? Do you give people credibility? I mean, people have to earn credibility, don't they? They have to earn credibility and trust. What kind of person are you? Are you all talk? Actions speak louder than words? When I was at Purdue Krannert, the main teacher, Llewellyn, who I think had several lookalikes come into the classroom, as I've experienced that sort of stuff my entire life, he taught that the purpose of the corporation is to maximize stock owner value, and that the efficient market theory shows that it's impossible for an individual to outperform stock market averages such as the S&P, and that a person is wasting their time trying. Well, to me, that gave Wilbur Llewellyn, the main teacher at Purdue Krannert, ranked top 5 in America according to Barron's Guide and Fortune magazine, very little credibility whatsoever based on my experience that owning stock doesn't matter. And I experienced and witnessed many times outperformance of the S&P 500. So credibility, you know, credibility. I think a lot of the teachers I had in college had zero credibility, and therefore what they taught was meaningless. And then when I have people judge me who've never taken the classes I did at the schools I did, or weren't capable of good enough to doing it, you know, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach and want to spit on them because they're such scum. I remember the same Wilbur Llewellyn, who had zero credibility based on those issues I just mentioned, said that if you go back to Kansas City, that those people are salespeople and they'll throw you in jail at the stockbroker offices. Well, I didn't really know whether to believe anything this guy said, if he was who he claimed to be. He was in the classroom at Krannert teaching, you know. And he also said that the stuff he taught about capital budgeting, that he said in class, the second year, you people will never be able to do what we teach you. You can't do capital budgeting and do this stuff. So, you know, I have been thrown in jail many times in the Kansas City area stockbroker offices, Merrill Lynch, Smith, Barney, Payne, Weber. So, you know what? Credibility. What kind of person are you? Do you believe everything somebody tells you, or do you think for yourself? That includes teachers, people of authorities, so-called authority, people who you're supposed to, you know. Do you believe everything everybody tells you, or do you think for yourself? I don't know. What kind of person are you? I think for myself on almost all the things every time, and I'm very skeptical. In fact, I was, you know, when I was in jail, this little kid PhD was saying, "You don't trust anybody, do you? You don't believe anybody or trust anybody, do you?" And I said, "No, I really don't." Well, maybe I take that to extremes, and I don't trust people that maybe I should, or I don't believe people I should. But I guess I've got so many precedents of experience that personally justify my brain not to believe or trust anybody. That's lawyers, doctors, anybody, because I had so many of them establish precedents of fucking with me and screwing with me. So what kind of person are they? Well, some of them have established what kind of person they are with me personally. What kind of person am I? Well, I guess if you've watched these YouTube videos, you know what I am. What kind of person are you? What kind of people are you?